These are all my thoughts and opinions based on information out in the public domain. Please do your own research, and this platform is of entertainment, for entertainment, and for us to share our ideas. Please like, share, and subscribe to make the platform grow, because unlike Meghan Markle, I don't have the money to pay Spotify to put me at a certain place to look good. So please click like, share, subscribe. And I'm very grateful for all the thanks, clicks, and donations in the buttons in the comment section. So let's get into the video. Do you guys remember when Meghan Markle left her newborn baby in the UK just to fly across the pond, polluting and contributing a lot to pollution, just to watch Serena Williams play, right? I think Archie was just a newborn. The picture that Serena Williams used to promote Meghan's own interview, because basically Meghan had Serena there just so she could interview herself, right? The picture that Serena used, and this is from everything, because her daughter is twice as big now as it was back then in that picture. Her daughter is huge now. She's 4. I think she's going to be 5 now in September 1st. So that picture was taken when Meghan Markle flew across the pond to watch Serena Williams play, leaving her newborn behind. Why, if they're such besties, why not use a current picture with Meghan Markle and her kid? Why use an old picture? That girl was almost a toddler. She was just like almost 2, maybe. Not even. It must have been like 16, 17 months. Because Meghan flew right after the baby was born. She left a newborn there to go and do what? Nothing, right? Just to sit there and say, me, me, me. Anyways, everything. Another thing that I'm going to point out, and you guys make your own conclusions. If you Google the most watched Spotify's or the most watched podcast in the US on August 24th, 2022, you will find that Meghan Markle's podcast is not in the top 200. I left that list on my Twitter, so you can go check it out. Yet Spotify places Meghan just under Joe Rogan in Spotify. Then if you go inside Spotify to the most watched podcast, Meghan Markle is not number 2. It's, I think, number 16. It doesn't match. If she's the number 2 most watched podcaster, she should be number 2, just like Rogan was number 1. Rogan was number 1 as the most watched podcaster, and his episode was the most watched. Meghan Markle is number 16 in Spotify, clearly, right? Because it ranges. Why does everything have to be so contrived? Such lies. And for People magazine running around saying, oh, Meghan Markle had to work with a fire going on. First off, that's very, very terrible. Newspapers reporters have reached out to the British High Commissioner in South Africa to confirm or verify Meghan Markle's fire story. And they have replied. They have said that all security procedures and features were working as per standards. This is just like the Archbishop saying that the marriage certificate that he signed is the legal one. There is absolutely no way that after that house burnt down in 1999, and it was fully rebuilt. That smoke detectors, and with a thatch roof, the smoke detectors are not going to be a big part of it. There's absolutely no way. And I know I've heard some people say, well, if there had been a fire and they had made it known, it would have overshadowed the tour. I am pretty sure that if it had been a fire, it would have been impossible to disguise. It would have been impossible to contain. And I would think that having a dead royal would trump any poor news or derailment of any tours. So I am pretty sure that the safety, security of any VIP that comes and stays at the British High Commissioner's house is top priority, because dignitaries have stayed there. So make of that what you will. Now, I've heard some people say that Meghan Markle brought the heater with her. I don't know if it's true or not, because I don't know where they got that. So I'm just putting it out there. If she did, that makes it even more suspect. Did she bring a faulty heater on purpose? I mean, to South Africa? I don't know. People have been posting it there, but I haven't seen where. I've been asking, where did they get that from? And nobody's been able to tell me. So I'm putting it here because many of you have posted it, but I can't confirm it, and nobody's been able to confirm that. But it has been confirmed that all security and safety measurements were in place when Meghan Markle and Harry were visiting there. Now, if Meghan Markle is such a feminist, why does she need to this is just my opinion, why does she need to bring Harry into the podcast if this is all about her? My theory about that is because she knows that even by having Harry there for a minute or two, it will remind people why she's relevant now. Why didn't she talk about her ambitious days when she was struggling to be an actress? Because that's when she did the real struggle. With Harry, she just has to sleep with him, But when she was a struggling actress, she had to sleep with a lot more. But why didn't she talk about her old days? Let's not forget that this woman was 36 going on 37 when she met Harry. What did she do prior to the royal family? And this woman is going to be making up stories and stories of the very brief period that the royal family had the misfortune of including her as a working member. Now, it's I gotta tell you, the Queen was on parade for her birthday, and she was shot at. They didn't know that there were blanks or whatever, but she was shot at. I don't think there were blanks. And she just kept going. The Queen has endured countless tragedies, and she has kept going. She has been sick. She's lost family members. She has personal tragedies. She has kept going. Princess Anne was tried to be kidnapped. She has kept going. We don't even know what other things have happened, but they have all kept going. Do you remember when Princess Diana was shaking hands, very young Princess Diana was shaking hands with people, and a fan tried to grab her? And people, clearly the bodyguards reacted very quickly, and they moved her along and they got the guy. Princess Diana kept going. There's one thing that Meghan Markle doesn't understand, and it's how to be ambitious. Meghan Markle knows how to be greedy and vicious, but not to be ambitious. Meghan Markle doesn't know what it is like to work for real, really hard to hone in a talent and work for it. No, she tries to get the easy way out. Oh, if it doesn't work, I'm going to sleep my way there. And if sleeping my way there doesn't work, I'm going to try to keep sleeping my way to the top until whatever happens. Now she has a platform that she has acquired through somebody else, which is Prince Harry. Because let's face it, if she calls ambition going after a man for what that man brings her, that is not ambition. That is being a whore. That's a little bit of a separation there of things. You're a prostitute. You're a prostitute who got a marriage license. But that's not being ambitious. That's being greedy, and that's being a gold digger. at least even Anna Nicole Smith loved the old guy. But with Meghan Markle, it's to the point that she got the platform, and instead of being grateful and doing something good about it, she has used it to slag other people. I am very disappointed that the British High Commissioner, in order to diffuse how angry people in South Africa are, because basically Meghan has victimized South African people and culture by calling it backwards and not up to her standards. But I'm very surprised that the British High Commissioner has not posted something saying, you know what, at the time of the royal tour, all safety and security procedures were fully operational, and to thank their host country for their graciousness, how kind they were and everything. I am very surprised that nobody, I know that they don't want to give her importance, but people are misreading how upset people in South Africa are. Why isn't the British High Commissioner posting something saying at the time of the royal tour, Prince Harry's royal tour, all safety and security procedures and measurements were fully functional and were completely taken, and thank the host country for their graciousness. Instead, we have South Africa paying for Harry. This is what's there because they're the ones who invited them to New York for the Nelson Mandela thing, according to what's put out in the news. They must have paid for the trip from California to New York and all their expenses. And this is how they get paid. It's something that's bewildering me, how this is allowed to continue, how Harry and Meghan Markle are still on the royal website, on the monarchy's website. It's bewildering to me. I know that they're trying to say, oh, we're going to ignore it to remove importance. But what I don't understand is that Meghan and Harry don't operate in a vacuum. They are using very public platforms that offend people's and their lies and their slander, offend cultures, countries, and abuse former staff, employees, the institution of the monarchy. I am incredibly disappointed that Harry has not been told that he cannot use his titles, all of them, for any public engagements, that he can only use them for official royal engagements, of which he has none. I am very surprised that they are not taking the steps to do that. Yes, there's the title removal of titles bill, but that's not going to go until 2023. Again, Harry, and I'm going to say this because for some reason, Meghan came and changed Harry's mind. No. Harry is a grown-ass man, entitled, arrogant, who's always hated his own brother, resented or envied him. He is a willing participant in all of this. That is more shameful to Harry, more embarrassing, more disgusting of Harry to allow that than Meghan Markle. Because Meghan Markle continues to do it because Harry allows it. And people like Serena Williams, who have lost all moral compass, allow it. Why didn't they use a more recent picture of the kid? Why? The kid is now almost 5. She's going to be 5 September 1st. Why use a picture that was used almost 3 years ago? Why not use a recent one of them visiting each other, picnic with each other? But I think it's time. I think it's time to really do something, because at least Samantha Markle is doing something. Sam Markle is taking Meghan Markle to task over the falsehoods and stuff, because look what is done to Samantha Markle and Samantha's just one individual. Look how it tore her whole life apart. Loss of income, loss of reputation. And Samantha is taking Meghan Markle to task. Apparently Jason Kanoff hopefully will show up and will testify and will provide more documentation to show how much of a liar Meghan Markle is, and things are about to come out. Please let me know what you think. Do you think that the British High Commissioner should post a tweet or a statement indicating that all safety measurements and security procedures were followed and were in place at the time of the royal visit, and also to thank South Africa for being such a gracious host and admiring their culture? Do you think that Spotify is modifying or putting Meghan Markle out there and Spotify on the top of the list just to promote it? I mean, when other world, especially when you go and Google independent podcast list, and Meghan Markle is nowhere to be found, do you think that Harry is a willing participant, or he's just a poor victim? And I'm going to ask you this because why if Serena is such a best friend, why doesn't she have a more recent picture of Meghan Markle with her daughter and Serena? Please let me know.